It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be doing our NBA 2K23 MyTEAM awards specifically for Season 6. Now, Season 6 was something crazy, okay? It's not necessarily a season that people are gonna look back on and be like, wow, this season was great. More so, I feel like people are going to look back at this season and just be like, yikes. So that's not necessarily good, but it does need to be talked about today. Now, the award ceremony, we're going to be talking about the MVP, the most inconsistent, all of those type of things in this video today. Starting with our cheesiest card of Season 6. Now, it's between Manute Bol, Yao Ming, and Tracy McGrady. Maybe gonna be our 3 candidates for the MVP award if I did have to guess. Now, here's the deal, okay? All 3 of these guys are really good. Yao, probably our best center outside of Manute in my team. Manute is 7'7", shoots over everybody. And then Invincible T-Mac. We got a Tracy McGrady with perfect stats, badges, and animations. For me, it's Manute Bol. Manute is 7'7" and can play the 4 with really good stats, badges, and animations. He is our cheesiest card of Season 6. Next up, we have the defensive player of the season. Starting it off with Hero Bol at 7'2" at the small forward position. It's definitely up there for the cheesiest. Now, I do gotta kind of briefly say Manute should be probably up for this award as well, but I don't want to give him every award, okay? So, we just gotta change it a little bit. Voter fatigue is a real thing. Ben Simmons next up for the defense player of the season. 6'11", really good frame, and gets really good defensive animations. Then Dark Matter KG, obviously you guys know 6'11", again, gets good animations. Like, a lot of people might be like, Ty, he's not that tall for the small forward shooting guard position. Who else are you going to plug in here? Big Z? Big Z gets cooked on defense because he just simply is not that fast, not that quick. He gets cooked. For me, our defensive player of the season is Dark Matter Hero Ben Simmons. I've used this card a ton lately and absolutely love his D. Next up, our most overrated card of Season 6. Now, our first one, I don't really know about, is Anton Jameson. I just feel like everybody was hyping him up. I used him, and I didn't think the card was anything special, so I'm going to put him up here for overrated. Then we got Joel Embiid. I mean, for a hero card, this card stinks. Another reason he's on the overrated list is because Splashy gassed this card. Splashy did a gameplay with him, obviously hooped in that gameplay. I'm not taking that away from him. But look, he's gassing Joel Embiid when in reality, Joel Embiid is not great in my team. Then we've got Hedo Turkoglu. I'm sorry, that Trey upper with his base is nearly impossible to green. And it's not just me. Other people struggle to green with it, yet he still gets a ton of hype. I don't necessarily get it. I don't necessarily know why. That is why he is our most overrated player we did see in Season 6 of my team. Now again, 6'10", so even if you don't knock down shots consistently with him, he still has some use. I'm just saying, he's not what I did initially expect him to be. Our most underrated card of Season 6 are 3 cards in which I love each and every one of them. Let's talk about it, starting with the Galaxy Opal Thurl Bailey. 6'11", quick release, really good animations. Now, people might not like Thurl Bailey because of his release and it being somewhat hard to green. Now, what I would say is the more you use Thurl Bailey, the more you get comfortable with it, you're not going to miss with the card. At least that's kind of my experience with it. Initially, I did miss, but when I did get comfortable with him and using the card, I no longer had issues with it. Arvidas bonus up next. For him being 7'3" and being able to compete with the Taco and Yaos of the world, I don't think he gets enough hype or enough credit. Now, for both Thurl and Arvidas, you don't even need to get the hero versions. The heroic of both of these cards are just fine and can get the job done at a very high level. And then our last card here is KPJ. I would say all 3 of these guys get some respect. It's not like people don't know about how good these cards can be. They just don't give them enough respect. And that's why all 3 of these cards are underrated in my opinion. Just be like in the NBA, I thought Mikal Bridges for the Suns before he got traded was really underrated, obviously showing that with the Brooklyn Nets. It's not that he's bad, it's just that people are kind of sleeping on how good he can be. For me, the most underrated card right now that we did get in Season 6 is the Galaxy Opal Thurl Bailey. Next award is our best Evo of Season 6 of my team. Now, we did get 3 Dark Matters here that each saw 2 Evos. obviously signifying, you know, the best Evo. They're going to have a big time Evo. Devin Booker up first. He gets 50 Hall of Famers. So D-Book's different than the other two. D-Book started at a dark matter, and he just got better and better. So his final card does have 50 Hall of Famers. Still don't think he's like the best, you know, point guard in my team, but he is still really, really solid in my team. Then we do see Mitchell Robinson and Brook Lopez. Now, a common question for me is, Ty, who do you like more between Mitchell Robinson and in between Brook Lopez? And the winner of that won this award. That man is Mitchell Robinson. I love his defense. Offensively, you know, pretty quick, pretty fast with the ball. I think that's important as well. And as just far as an overall card, I think it's tough to beat Mitchell Robinson and what he does provide in my team. Next award, Best RNG Reward. We saw 4 new RNG cards this season. Hopefully, if you grinded for any of them, you got them. I'm kind of somewhat grinding for Alonzo Mourning. I've probably played 70, 80 games for Alonzo Mourning. Still have not had any success. I got Gilbert Arenas, I got Steve Smith, no luck on Malik Sealy. For me, it's a 2-horse race between the first online reward, which was Steve Smith, and the second offline reward, which is Alonzo Mourning. Between Steve Smith, Alonzo Mourning, I think Alonzo Mourning is the overall better card, and maybe has a little more, I don't want to say longevity, just a little more hype with him. I think he's just a little bit better. Next up, our best mode reward. Now, I didn't include Hakeem Olajuwon in this because he is your level 40. As far as modes, so triple threat online, triple threat offline, clutch time, all of those modes. What is the best reward that we did see in season 6 of my team? And for me, I think it's really, again, the 2-horse race between Bob Pettit and Shaun Livingston. For me, Shaun Livingston easily takes the cake, though. Because for Bob Pettit, you had to wait till the end of the season as well. You didn't know what he was going to be. For Shaun Livingston, the card's been good all season. You've been able to use him all season, and it's still one of the top, at minimum, 10 point guards in my team. Next up, our budget MVP. So, kind of similar to underrated in a sense of cards that are kind of budget, not super expensive, that you can use and have a lot of success with. And for me, our budget MVP is 3 guys. When KPJ first came out, he wasn't super expensive, and so that's why he's up for this award. You know, you could definitely get him below 20K when the card first came out, and I would say that is budget. And he's kind of carried my No Money Spent Squad series. I'm just throwing that out there. If you watch my No Money Spent Squad series, you know exactly what I mean. Same thing with Thurl Bailey. They've carried me a long ways. And then talk about centers that can compete with the best. Tyson Chandler is definitely up there, right? If you want a guy that is just going to go out there, be able to compete against the Tacos and Yaos of the world, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Tyson Chandler can compete at that highest level. For me, our budget MVP is Kevin Porter Jr. Why? He's carried me so much on my No Money Spent. Like I said, I'm 32-2 on my No Money Spent. That just doesn't happen overnight. Maybe 34-2 at this stage. Doesn't happen overnight. It takes guys like Kevin Porter Jr. to carry me through all the ups and downs. Next one is our Mr. Inconsistent of Season 6. A lot of these are our most overrated outside of Thurl Bailey. For me, Thurl Bailey, I love him, but that's because I've got consistent. When I first bought Thurl Bailey, I wasn't consistent at all. I couldn't hardly green with the card at all. Now, I absolutely love him. So for me, that's somewhat being inconsistent as well. Like, if you guys get Thurl Bailey to start with, you guys are going to be super inconsistent. Obviously, Hedo Turkoglu with that Trey upper is going to be inconsistent. In Arvydas Sabonis, if you watched the One No Money Spent episode in which I lost, it was tough. He was like 0 of 4 from deep on all wide open. So if you're going to do that for me, you're going to be on the most inconsistent watch. For me, though, it's Hedo Turkoglu. I cannot use this card because for me specifically, he's just too inconsistent. I mean, a lot of guys might not have the same opinion, but that is my opinion of Hedo Turkoglu. Next up, our MVP award of Season 6. I said it before, our cheesiest guys might be our MVPs, and that's just the way it worked out. Starting with Invincible T-Mac. Some people say they like the Radiant T-Mac more. Is that my belief? Is that my opinion? No. Radiant T-Mac is nearly just as good, but give me Invincible T-Mac over him every day of the week. And then you see a Dark Matter Manute Bol and Yao Ming. Hate to say it, Our cheesiest card is our most valuable player, Manute Bol. Again, I didn't give him Defensive Player of the Season, but he definitely could have been up for that award as well. I mean, Manute is the real deal in my team. Is he worth the money? Absolutely not. Like, the card is still a couple thousand, dollars if you were to just start from scratch. So, still not worth all of that money, all of that MT, but the card is no doubt that good in my team. Next thing here is our all pink diamond team. Now, this basically you just handed out to the best pink diamonds that we did see this season, making them into a squad. Started off at the point guard position with Isaac Bonga. You could have went with a couple of other different guys if you wanted to, like Dyson Daniels, for example. I think Bonga is the whole package, though. The point guard position, especially in the defensive end of the court. Shooting guard, kind of weak, I gotta say. This season, shooting guards didn't really impress me too much, especially as far as budget, like pink diamond shooting cards. Caris LeVert takes the cake. Pink diamond, small forward, Xavier McDaniel. You guys do know and love. You guys do know that I love that card in my team. Definitely deserves a spot on this list. Then you got Hero Mo Bamba as well as Peter Goodmanson to round it off. Now for Peter, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't really use him as much as a lot of people. Like, a lot of people would recommend him for my nobody spent. For me, I like Arvydas Sabonis more, but I still do respect Peter Goodmanson. Next up is our all opal team, headlined by point guard Shaun Livingston. Big Z at the 2, because look, if you got Shaun Livingston at the point guard, he can be that bucket getter. Big Z can just stand there, be tall, and knock down shots. And that way, if we match up versus a Yao Tacos of the world, we can compete. AK at the 3. Initially had Thurl Bailey in their heroes card. I do think AK is the better option, though. Marc Gasol at the 4. Everybody does love him, with a big Arvydas Sabonis at the 5. Really no surprises there. At least there shouldn't be any surprises to you guys right there. Last up, our all dark matter team. Now, here's the deal, guys. I could have, made an all dark matter team, an all hero team, all this stuff. I'm just summing it up in one with our all dark matter team. Ben Simmons hero card at the 1, T-Mac Invincible at the 2, Chet at the 3. Kind of sad because I wish I could sneak Bol into this lineup because I think Bol by himself is absolutely elite. But I got to give the edge to Chet. Manute Bol at the 5 with a big Yao Ming. Manute Bol at the 4, I should say, with big Yao Ming at the 5. This is our all dark matter team, and honestly, one of the best, if not the best team that you can assemble. I think it is. I think this is the best team you can assemble, the best starting 5 that you can assemble in my team. Sure, if you want to put Jokic in there instead of Ben, if you want to put maybe Luka, whatever you guys do want to do, you definitely can do that. But for me, this is where I do have guys right now at this stage of my team. That is going to wrap it up for our video today, guys, our award ceremony. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.